President Bush has offered a $17 billion bailout to two of America's car giants. The short-term emergency loans are intended to save General Motors and Chrysler from bankruptcy as they struggle to cope with an unprecedented drop in sales. Mr. Bush said that government intervention in the free market raised difficult questions, but insisted it was the only responsible course of action. Our North America editor Justin Webb is in Washington. Justin.
Fiona, this is yet another enormous intervention by the American government into the private sector. President Bush had been told, though, by the car companies that they faced collapse within days. He wasn't happy about dipping into the $700 billion financial bailout fund to rescue the car makers, but he felt in the end that he had no choice. Everywhere today, mounting evidence of international economic trauma. The price of oil briefly below $35 a barrel, a nearly 5-year low. The Bank of Japan forced to cut interest rates to close to 0%. And here in America, the nation digesting the latest unemployment rate, now 6.7%. All of this led a tired-looking president to admit that in normal times he wouldn't want to be bailing out the car makers. But
these are not ordinary circumstances. In the midst of a financial crisis and a recession, allowing the U.S. auto industry to collapse is not a responsible course of action.
The president has listened to the car makers, whose case has always been, you throw these people out of work, you throw millions more Americans out as well. They've got their way, though with strings attached. The $17.4 billion will be split. Most of it will go to General Motors, a smaller sum to Chrysler. In return, the companies must cut pay and benefits for workers, cut perks, including the boss's company jets, and open their books to the government in an effort to prove by next April that they can one day make money again.
Our goal is to reinvent our company and to once again make General Motors the global auto industry leader in technology, quality, and design. Our industry helped build this country. Today, our mission is to help lead an economic recovery in America.
So America's homegrown car industry joins the banks, not nationalized, but suddenly not quite private either. The business of America is business, the president once said. Today it's government as well. What does the next president make of it? Well, he approves of the deal, but he too is demanding change.
The auto companies must not squander this chance to reform bad management practices and begin the long-term restructuring that is absolutely necessary to save this critical industry and the millions of American jobs that depend on it.
Mr. Obama did not come up with today's deal, but ever since their White House meeting last month, he and President Bush have kept in touch. Mr. Obama needed the car makers to be saved, and a president he once reviled helped out.
This transition from President George W. Bush to Barack Obama, I think, is the most successful transition in the history of our country.
If that's true, it's partly because of the seriousness of the times, the wars, the economy, the gloom, and partly because of this. His legacy is not at the moment the prettiest of pictures. He does not want to be remembered as the man who threw the car workers to the dogs just before Christmas. But the latest word this evening is that not all of the workers are happy. Their union has attacked the deal. It's fair to say that the long-term future of both Chrysler and General Motors is by no means assured. Fiona.
Justin Webb in Washington, thank you. Here there's more evidence of the pace of the downturn on the high street. Administrators have said there's no hope of finding a buyer for the retailer MFI.